ECB weighs whether to place quantity on bond fighting scheme, sources say Sintra. Portugal European Central Bank policymakers are weighing up whether or not they ought to announce the size and duration of their upcoming bond buying scheme, designed to reduce financing costs for Italy and different debt-laden nations, sources told. The ECB is set to announce the new device on July 21, at the side of its first interest charge hike in greater than a decade, in response to a surge in bond yields that has hit the maximum indebted countries hardest. ECB personnel is getting ready extraordinary alternatives for policymakers, inclusive of how many of its info, which includes firepower and period, need to be made public, in keeping with conversations with 6 policymakers on the ECB's annual discussion board in Sintra, Portugal. The pros of announcing a big envelope could encompass to position investors' minds at rest approximately the ECB's dedication to combat what it calls financial fragmentation in the euro sector, the assets mentioned. It would also position the ECB at the secure side within the probable occasion it's far accused before the courts of bankrolling governments because it might show its intervention as contingent and does now not equate to a clean check for states, they delivered. However, this selection may want to backfire if the quantity is visible as too small by means of bond traders, the sources referred to. Keeping the July statement indistinct could avoid this danger but would possibly leave too many questions unanswered, they delivered. Policymakers universally agree that they ought to exercise judgment on when to intrude and in which markets, in place of placing numerical goals. They additionally concurred that the program ought to come with situations, including complying with European Commission's suggestions, but these should not be so laborious, as pronounced by using earlier this month. An ECB spokesperson declined to comment for this tale. ECB President Christine Lagarde said on Tuesday the new device would be powerful, proportionate and containing enough safeguards to maintain the impetus of member states towards a sound monetary coverage. The ECB has been taken to Germany's Pinnacle Court docket and to the European Court of Justice over its preceding bond-buying scheme with the aid of German academics who accused it of financing governments, that is prohibited with the aid of European treaties. The courts stated the ECB acted inside its mandate as long as safeguards had been in location.